Today's panelist is Zonal Head of Security at Adani Electricity Mumbai Limited. Lieutenant Commander Husein Sakerwala is a naval veteran with decade of experience and presently a doctoral student at the Swiss School of Business Management. He is an alumnus of Emeritus Institute Singapore, IIM Ahmedabad, India, and Naval Engineering Institute Pushkin, Russia, and the Indian Navy. He also holds a Bachelor of Engineering degree in Information and Technology from Mumbai University, postgraduate diploma in Business Administration Operations from Symbiosis Pune, and postgraduate diploma in Business Management from Emeritus School of Management, Singapore. A very good evening, sir. It's an honor to interview learned and experienced veteran like you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure being here.
Sir, please tell when did you decide to do the transitioning from military to corporate, sir?
Okay. So I was commissioned in the Indian Navy in July 2007. That was for an initial period of 10 years. As the number of years passed in service, there was no policy for permanent commission for SSE officers of the executive branch in the Navy. So in the 7th year of service, I think I took a decision that I would be leaving at 10, and hence all the decisions were based on that, leaving at 10 years of service.
And how did you prefer to pursue this postgraduate diploma in business management from Emirates, sir, after IIM Ahmedabad?
Okay. In 2017, I joined the Adani Group. That is just immediately after I retired from service. In the first year, there was no training for me because I joined in middle of the cycle. However, the second year, I was nominated by my head of department based on my performance to be part of this Adani North Star program. Adani North Star is a program for the managers, who are high in merit, and that North Star program is conducted by the Emeritus Group based in Singapore. So that is how I got enrolled in this course, PGDBA, with Emeritus, and it was a 1-year program at the end of which I received my diploma.
So both these degrees from IIM Ahmedabad as well as the Emirates are different, sir, and how valuable they stand in your corporate experience?
The course at IIM Ahmedabad was a complete eye-opener. A good 6 months that we spent in IIM Ahmedabad, it showed us, it helped me unlearn and then relearn, as people say now. It was a very good eye-opener, good introduction to subjects like operations, finance, and more importantly, being part of the IIM Ahmedabad culture and alumni was a very satisfying experience. North Star program, on the other hand, was aimed at the managers, high performers of the Adani Group. We were about 150 of us across the Adani Group, and it was a fantastic learning experience. Very, very good staff, very good faculty from Emeritus. We had a wonderful time. A lot of work, a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of assignments over a period of 1 year. But at the end of it, it was all worth it.
And after this, how did you plan to pursue this Doctor of Business Management from Swiss School of Business Management, sir?
Pursuing a PhD or a DBA, doctorate, was my goal right from when I was very young. I mean, I always wanted to put the doctor title ahead of my name, on the lighter side. So once I finished the PGDBA with Emeritus, then I had some time to pursue some certifications that are globally accepted. And somewhere in 2019 or 20, I decided that I want to formally undergo a education program, and that is how I got into the doctorate program with the Swiss School of Business Management.
Sir, please tell us about the program avenues, and if some transitioning officer wants to pursue this degree, how to go about it.
Okay, so somebody who's interested in pursuing higher education post their post graduation, this is a very fantastic program to take. It's comparatively new in the world. A doctorate of business administration is being offered by a handful of universities globally. Uh, in India, we have something called a PhD. I mean, everyone knows that a PhD program is what you take for research and academic purposes in India. I did not wish to pursue the PhD as I do not intend getting into the teaching profession or getting into academics. I wanted a more practical degree which would help me in my work, which would help me learn a little bit more about business, and hence I decided to pursue the doctorate of business administration from Swiss School of Business Management.
And can you tell us about your current role as general manager in Adani Group?
Yeah. So I retired from Navy in July 2017, and 1 week later I joined the Adani Group based at Ahmedabad. The initial 5 years I was at Ahmedabad undertaking various portfolios of the Adani Group in various capacities. From the past 1 year, I have been with the Adani Electricity business based in Mumbai. So I head the security for 2 zones of Mumbai out of 7. I have about 120 square kilometers of Mumbai under my jurisdiction, and about 7 lakh consumers, consumers of electricity who are customers of Adani Electricity.
And you have served as deputy manager for defense and aerospace in the same company also, sir. Can you tell us more about that role?
Yes. So this was a very fantastic opportunity that I got. Adani is also into defense and aerospace business. At the time, Adani was pursuing a project on naval utility helicopters, NUH. And since I was from the aircraft carrier background, I thought I would be able to contribute for this project. So I had asked my boss if I could be transferred to Adani Defense for the duration of this project. And he was very forthcoming and helpful. And the CEO of Adani Defense and Aerospace was also happy. So for a period of 6-7 months, I was with Adani Defense and Aerospace. I was looking after the naval strategy, and I was the SPOC for the Indian Navy. And in particular, the naval utility helicopter program, I was part of it. The bid that was proposed by Adani was through me. So I feel happy to be part of that. Unfortunately, Adani did not get the contract for the naval utility helicopters. Hence, at the end of the project, I returned back to my parent department, which is security.
And sir, you have pursued certification in CISM as well as CISP. So please tell us the relevance of these certifications and how to go about them.
All of us, we are from the same fraternity. All have done excellently well in armed forces. However, we really do not have anything to show when we leave service about the service itself. So I can say that I have done duty as a duty officer. I've been adjutant, or as the service may be. But then civilian counterparts really do not understand what does it mean. What have you exactly done? So to break that barrier, I started studying for global certifications like CPP, PCI, PSP, and CISM, so that your work and experience in the armed forces can be equated in the world outside. And it is a good choice for all armed forces officers to pursue global certifications because they are accepted globally.
And how important are these PCI and PSP certification that you have pursued from ASIS, sir?
So they are extremely important. When you leave service, at 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, as the case may be, you need to understand that your civilian counterpart has been in that profession for the same amount of time. Somebody, who leaves armed forces suddenly, enters the corporate sector, and there is this whole attitude change that you have to look into, and the environment around you changes completely. You need to have certifications, that bring you at par with your civilian counterparts, and add value to your military service. So PCI, PSP, CPP, these are globally accepted certifications in security, and they are considered the gold standard. When I underwent these certifications, they are not difficult to crack. Just persistence is required. But at the end of it, I felt very satisfied completing the course. And at the same time, in a short period of time, I had made my mark in the security industry by having these certifications next to my name.
Generally, there is an apprehension amongst the armed forces under transition that security jobs are considered as a priority to compared to other jobs. So, can you clarify on this?
Absolutely. When I was doing my PRC at IIM Ahmedabad, I had kept security as the last option. If I didn't get anything else, then I would have picked up a security job. That was even my mindset at the beginning. However, now having spent 5.5, 6 years in Adani Group in private security, I should suggest to all the armed forces who are retiring that it is a fantastic second career option. The private security industry in India is about 23 billion US dollars. It is worth 23 billion dollars, and it is only going to grow. After the agriculture field, private security is the second largest organization or sector that provides jobs to people in India. And what happens is when armed forces officers think about security, they think that I'll have to place the guard at the gate, I'll have to check his uniform, I'll have some 10-20 guards under me. Yes, that is the smallest part of what you do. It is not what you do throughout the day. Private security has a lot to do with corporate investigations, audits, compliance checks, due diligence for new business, and security is a world altogether. It's a very uh, a vast space where physical security, the guards, is the smallest part of your profession. I would suggest that all officers who are retiring consider security as a sector at par with your other choices. It could be operations or banking or HR, or whatever it may be. Security is not bad. It's a well-paying job, well-respected job, and the corporate sector are looking for officers from the armed forces to join this field.
And sir, generally, the security job option is considered to be career progression as a slow and it is very stagnant job compared to other promotion aspects and all. So can you clarify myth about this, sir?
I do not agree, Shaurya. I have been in the private security domain for about 6 years now, and I have been promoted every year from the past 5 years. Either I have been taking higher responsibilities or I have been taking new portfolios under me. So it is completely not true that you will stagnate in security. You will stagnate in any branch if you are not upgrading yourself, and that has nothing to do with security. Even if you join HR or admin or whatever, if you do not constantly upgrade your skills, then you will be stagnating wherever you join. Security is a very interesting field. There's lots to do for armed forces officers who are retiring. It's a very good field to consider for the second career after retirement from service.
And how your naval experience has helped you in making your profile for the corporate world, sir?
So Navy was a encompassing a service that groomed me into what I am. 10 years of the Indian Navy were a fantastic period for me. I had excellent tenures and very good appointments in service. That gave me the confidence, to face the world outside. At the time when I was leaving service, I really did not know the difference between Adani or Ambani or any of the big corporates you hear in India. However, thanks to the Navy, I had enough confidence to face the world outside and join the corporate sector on a positive note. So the Navy was definitely helpful for me in my life.
Do you think the background of a transitioning officer like arms public services or the technical non-technical background in the job does really matter while choosing a new role in the corporate?
So you need to understand that what does the corporate world outside think of armed forces person? They think some of the first things that come to the mind when you talk about a military veteran is something that the person would be disciplined, would be punctual, would have good leadership and good power of command. These are some of the things that are associated with military officers. As I was saying earlier, that when you say you are a military veteran, immediately the world thinks that you are going to be a very disciplined and punctual person, and a good addition to the team. I have not seen people outside asking me, if I was from the engineering field of the Navy or was I doing something else. I have not seen that. However, a lot of my friends, postmates, have joined industries in the uh, technical entry, and they are doing extremely well. So it's not that the background of the armed forces does not have an implication on what you do outside. It certainly does.
And tell us about the importance of distance or executive MBA and how value addition is in someone's profile, sir.
So um, learning is learning, whether it's distance learning, whether it's a full-time course. If you're really interested in learning, then you could make it happen irrespective of the medium of the course. However, I did my PGDBA from Symbiosis, Pune, through distance mode. This was when I was still in service. I did not have the option of visiting or attending a college full time. Hence, distant education makes sense to me. However, in my opinion, the degree that you get from distance education is like a tick mark on your resume. However, it is not considered as a full-time course, and the due importance is not given to it. Uh, if I had an option to do a full-time MBA now, or choose between a distance program, I would definitely choose the full-time MBA. It's more credible and more globally accepted.
And as per you, sir, what are the good niche qualities that armed forces generally come out while transitioning on which they can actually cash upon in their corporate jobs?
Yeah. So the type of training that we receive at the academies is a class apart. Grooming, punctuality, the eye for details, the nitty gritty and the detail in which we plan is something that is appreciated by the corporate sector outside. And these are things that you should emulate rather than leaving them. These are the values that actually shape your career and how you are going to work for the next 20-30 years in service.
And what were the key lessons from your Navy service, sir, that you feel they were very helpful in your corporate job?
Uh, so I had a very wonderful tenure in the Indian Navy. Two commissioning of ships back to back. It was a very good exposure. I was sent on temporary deputation to Japan, to Russia, to USA, and I consider myself very lucky. The global exposure, actually gave me a lot of confidence in facing the corporate sector outside. Uh, the grooming of the Indian Navy is fine, or for that reason, grooming of Indian Armed Forces is the best, and it really gives you a lot of confidence in going outside.
And how important is networking for any transitioning officer, sir?
Networking is very, very, very important. So you need to understand that most of the job opportunities that you hear are through word of mouth, and it is internal employees who are recommending their friends, colleagues, for roles that are coming up in the organization. So it's extremely important for every officer who is leaving armed forces to network with the market, network with their friends, colleagues, seniors, juniors, as the case may be, and make your presence known online. It will benefit you in many ways. It will provide you opportunities to apply at companies, and also it will help you decide what profession or what career you want to join. You will be in a position of choosing rather than taking whatever is available.
What do you miss most from your uniform life, sir?
Ah, a very good question. So I miss the uniform the most. The white uniforms that I used to wear is something that I cherish a lot. However, Navy was one part of my life. Leaving the Navy and joining the corporate sector is the second part. Both have been good to me by God's grace. Uh, so Navy has some fantastic memories, fantastic friends that I've made. However, my civilian life post-retirement has been equally exciting, and made some very good friends in the industry now.
Any last word of advice for the transitioning officer, sir?
Yes, I wish you all the best. And firstly, congratulations on your decision to make the transition. It's a fantastic time to leave the service. As the markets are opening up, there are ample job opportunities in every sector that you can think of. Armed forces officers are respected a lot by the corporate and civilian world. So you're definitely making the right transition, and you're making it in the right direction. We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much for your valuable insights and the guidance you have shared with the viewers, sir. I am sure everyone will be benefited out of it. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks a lot. I wish you all the best, guys.